Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peter Likes Books. Okay, so I was looking around today trying to figure out a tag video to do. I wanted to do like a whole week of tag videos, but I couldn't find any tags that like stood out to me or that wouldn't take, like, to be honest with you, a whole lot of work. I was gonna do like this color tag, and then it was like pick a color or pick a favorite. I was like, and then it was like pick all of the books by that color in your bookshelf. I was like, oh my God, seriously? So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then I was gonna do this other tag. List below what tags you guys would like to see me do. I've actually done a lot of them, but I love doing tag videos. I think they're so much fun. They make me think about books that I haven't read that are on my bookshelf that I want to read. And so like every time I do one, I'm always like, oh yeah, I'm gonna read this next. And then I never do, right? But I have been reading a lot this month. So I was just watching a bunch of booktube videos today, and Lily C. Reads, I adore her. She did the video, Popular Books I Haven't Read, and I was like, oh my God, I love this video. And every time I watch it, I always feel less stupid. A lot of people, it's been around for a couple years, a lot of people have done this video, and every time I watch it, I'm always very surprised, right? Because you see like these bigger YouTubers, booktubers, who you think have like literally read, have you guys felt the same way as me? Like I'll watch somebody like Justy the Reader or, you know, somebody like that, and they'll like say these very popular books and I'm like, they haven't read those books, when I feel like they're mainstays of booktube, if that makes sense. Well, like young adult booktube. And I'm always very surprised when they say that they haven't read them, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then I don't feel so bad. Because I watch a lot of these videos, and honestly, I don't have any clue what people are talking about with like A Court of Mist and Fury, Rain and this, and you know, I mean, I just don't know. Shattered, all these books. I mean, I don't know them, right? And then I want to go get them, and then I get them, and then they go sit on my bookshelf, and then I still don't read them. So what I did today was, there's like literally 100 more over there that are popular that I haven't read. But I just went over there and I just randomly just pulled books that were popular that I haven't read. And I thought, well, we'll just go into this one book at a time. So let me know in the comment section below what book you think I should start with next. And I'll pick one of these books and I will read it this month, probably for Booktubeathon, okay? So the first book is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I have like 3 Patrick Ness books, and I haven't read any of them. And I heard he's absolutely phenomenal. I've always wanted to read one of his books. I haven't seen this movie specifically because I want to read the book first. I haven't seen BFG specifically because I wanted to see the movie first, and yet I don't read the book. And it's a really short book. This one, the copy that I have, the version I have, has like drawings in it. So maybe what I'll do is like, there's always kind of like some drawing kind of like exercise and something artistic, you know, around like Booktubeathon. Maybe I'll use this book for that. So that's the first one. The second one is, and I'm going to completely butcher a lot of these people's names, but the second one is the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. And I've heard so many great things about this series and this book specifically, and I haven't read it, and I've had it literally for a year. So I just really want to start really getting into these things. And I'm like, right now, I'm at about a book every 2 or 3 days. So it's not impossible for me to like get through a lot of these books and start these series and see what series I enjoy and what series I don't. One of the things that I was going to do, I think this is actually a challenge video, is where you read like the first chapter of like 5 books, and then you pick one of those books to go forward with the series. So I thought about doing that and just going forward with a lot of these books. The next one, and I really, really wanted this book so bad, and I ended up ordering it online, and I ended up getting it, and I ended up. It's like the other video I just did. I said super excited like 9 million times. I'm a repeat offender. Pete and repeat. Get it? Okay, so anyway, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. I've heard so many incredible things about these books, and like what the second and then the third one's out, I think, already is the third one coming out. And I haven't read it, and it's just like, and I love the size of it, and I love how it looks, and I just hear wonderful things about it. It just sits over there, just collecting dust. The next one, actually, and this is so funny because my brother-in-law, who is now, how old is he now? He is 23, read these when he was like 14, and gave this book to me when he was 14, so like almost, okay, my husband and I have been together for 9 years. So 9 years ago, he gave me this book, The Lightning Thief, and I still haven't read any of his books. Riordan, is that how you pronounce his name? I haven't read any of his books, and people tell me, they're like, you would probably really like his books. I'm like, probably. But I'm gonna go read those late 1980, early 1990 thrillers. The next one I absolutely committed myself to reading last year, and it sat on my kitchen counter forever. Now, I have cleaned off my kitchen counter. The only books I have on there are the books I'm actually reading at this point. If you want to know what I'm reading or what I've read, I'm very active on Goodreads. Go check out my Goodreads. It's listed below. It's also listed on my channel. And that is Cassandra Clare's City of Bones, Mortal Instruments Theory, or Mortal Instruments Theory, Mortal Instruments series. This book, I've heard so many things about. So many people have told me they love this series. So many people have told me they absolutely hate the series. So many people have told me they love Cassandra Clare. So many people have told me they can't stand Cassandra Clare. I don't know, but I'm just going to have to read it on my own and judge it for myself. But I am going to read this summer. This is like happening this summer. Okay, the next, make room. The next book, I was so dying to read these last summer. I actually have both of them. I have this one and the sequel, is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I don't know why, since I started making this video, I decided to get this like crouping cough or whatever you call it, but it's like, what? Anyway. I really wanted to read this last year and I never got into it, and then it just started seeming longer and longer and longer to me. I like shorter books sometimes because you get through them quicker, you know? But anyway, but I want to read this at some point. I don't know when. This is kind of like, I feel like a fall book for me. That's my excuse for not reading it right now. Okay, the next one is also another series that I've heard a lot about. I've heard that a lot of people love it. I've heard a lot of people don't like it. And that is Marie Lu's Legend. Like, if you watch my channel consistently, you know that I'm very much, like, I love young adult contemporary. I love literary fiction. I love just contemporaries in general. I love standalones. I'm not a big lover of, like, sci-fi, you know, paranormal. What's it, not paranormal, what's it called all these books are part of? Anyway, I don't love that kind of stuff, but I've really been trying to read more of it. So, you know, I've heard this is really good. I heard it's a really easy read. So maybe that's one of the first ones of these I'll try. Now, the next one I got because so many people that are really into like literary fiction on BookTube talked about this book. And most of the people that I watched that read it absolutely loved it. It is a colossal read to me because it's like almost 800 pages, which to a lot of people is not a colossal read. To me, that's a real commitment. Especially when right now I'm reading Helter Skelter still, and I'm also reading, what's the other long book that I'm reading over there? I can't remember, but anyway. And that is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. And I mean, this is supposed to be coming out as a series on TV and all this kind of stuff. I also own the Audible version, which is like 32 hours. I'm like, man, never. Why did I even buy that? Okay, and then the next one, I've heard a lot about this series too, and that is Laini Taylor's Smoke and Bone. And I know she has like tons of different series out, but like this is one that a lot of people recommended to me and told me, you've got to read this, you'll absolutely love it. But guess what? I haven't. The next book is actually my next Audible read. I have it on Audible and I also have it on, here I bought it, I think on Book Depository, I'm not sure. But that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I have not heard one bad thing about this book, not one. And I really want to read it. If you guys think that I should read the book versus the Audible version, will you please let me know in the comment section below, because I own both. And so I can really, you know, do what at either one at this point. And then I have, I'm going to screw up this woman's name, so I apologize already. The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Ahdieh. And I love the cover of this book. I love the cover of this book since I saw it in the library and then I saw it at the bookstore and I was like, oh my god, I want to read this so bad. And then all these people were talking about it. I think she has like 3 books out now and I haven't read any of them. I don't know anything about them. The next book, I can't believe I haven't read this because it's a short read. I've had it forever. So many people have told me to read that and I heard it's just fantastic, and that is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I love the Jerry Spinelli novels, all of them, but especially Stargirl and Love Stargirl are 2 of my favorite books. And so many people have told me that if you loved Love Stargirl and Stargirl, that you'll really like Wonder. And so I've got to get to this. And then, are you ready? The most popular book series, do you guys know what it is? The most popular book series in the entire world I have not completed. Last summer, yes, I made a very vested commitment that I was going to read the entire Harry Potter series. I got through 1 book. I am still on Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. I really liked the first one. I won't say I loved it. I liked it a lot. I loved the movie. I wouldn't say it was a 9 out of 10 star movie for me. I don't know, like, so many of my friends that are my age are reading these now for the first time, and they just eat them up and love them. I don't know what it is. So I don't know. I'm gonna try the Chamber of Secrets this summer, and I got like 30 pages into it and then just kind of put it down. So I'm gonna start reading it again this summer, and hopefully I can get through it. So yeah, those are a lot of the popular books that I haven't read. I know that there's a lot more that I haven't read. Every time I go to the bookstore, I am reminded of the fact that there's a lot more that I haven't read. There's a Morgan girl that writes like romantic, young adult contemporary or whatever. Like, I saw one of her books, the one where she's holding all the dogs on the cover of it at Half Price Books. They had like 6 copies yesterday, and I was like, oh, this book got a lot of like negatives and not positives, so I thought I don't want to read that. I see all these books all the time at the bookstore that I think like I should read these. I know about these books from being on BookTube, but I just have no interest in it. And I think that one of the things that BookTube has really allowed me to do is really allowed me to teach myself that it's okay to read what I want to read. I don't have to read what everybody else is reading. I don't have to read what's popular. Who cares, you know? Yes, some books become popular because they're really great books. Other books, like that Woman in Cabin 10 or whatever by Ruth Ware, worst book I've ever read. I hated that book. It's on the bestseller list everywhere. It's on the front pages of everything. So just because a book is popular does not mean that it's a great book. It just doesn't, you know? And then on the other hand, I just read Big Little Lies, and I thought that that was one of the best books I've ever read. I thought it was so incredibly told, and I loved it. So, you know, I think it just depends on your mood and where you're at, but I don't want to feel that I have to read certain books just because they're popular. And you don't have to feel that way either. You know, you can read whatever you want to read. So these are the popular books that I haven't read yet. I will get to them eventually someday, I hope. I just love to read. I love to enter new worlds. I love to meet new characters, and I love to bring them into my world and make them part of who I am. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.